Hey everybody, it's ASIC Eric, and we are going to wrap up the back of the car today. It's kind of cold outside right now, so I got the doors closed. It was really nice yesterday. It was upper 70s here, but it was like 42 this morning, so it's too cold in here to have the doors open. So anyway, plan for today is, as I said in the last video, we're going to weld up all of these holes for the trim panel here. Since the factory holes didn't work, I had to drill my own holes, and those really aren't in the right place either. And the holes just don't work very well. The screws are too loose. So I'm going to weld up all of those, and then we're going to reposition the panel and drill the holes again in a new place. And then just go along everything else and make sure everything's ready to go. As we talked about in the last video as well. Up inside these areas, sorry it's so dark in here, under this back panel right here, gonna run Scotch Brite up in there and try and clean that up as best I can. Then I'm just gonna shoot it with some rust encapsulator. I can't really get the spray gun up in there to spray that, so we'll just do it that way. Anyway, and then just go along everything here, make sure all of the rest of the stuff back here is ready for primer. And then get it in some epoxy by the end of the day, hopefully. I also got to get this guy off of here and paint the underside of this too. I'm going to go ahead and put some registration holes on these hinges here. Since I've got the deck lid exactly where I want it right now, I want to be able to get it back there in the future. So put a couple holes in there to get that lined up. Anyway, we'll get busy here. So what an absolute pisser. My drill bits for drilling out the trunk hinges and marking them. I'm missing all my small bits because they've all broken off throughout the years, all the ones I need. And last time I was at Home Depot, I bought some bits specifically for this purpose and spare bits to use as the registration later, and I can't find them. I spent 20 minutes looking for them, couldn't find them, so I had to go out and buy more drill bits. What a mess. I think before I was using 1/8 like on the door hinges and stuff, but that's too big. So I'm going to go 3/32 now. And this kit's nice because it comes with two, so I can damage one and still have one left. Anyway, so it's almost an hour of my day wasted doing absolutely nothing, so yes. Alright, we're getting ready to spray the rust encapsulator up inside here. Taped everything off because that stuff tends to go everywhere. I don't want to get it all over everything, then have to sand it off. Hopefully this will keep it in place, and I got to put something on the floor here because I don't want it all over my garage floor either. But anyway, I hit this with the Scotch Brite. I don't really think it did much good, but that's what it looks like up in there. So we'll go ahead and shoot it and see how good a coverage we can get. So if you haven't seen this guy, Roger did, Mr. Fireman 164 did a good video on these tips and how this thing works. This one is the one that comes with the internal frame coating, but I'm going to use it on the rust encapsulator and spray it up in there. Alright, here goes nothing. Another glove. This stuff gets in my hands. There we go. Alright, see how this goes. There you go, there's the mess. Splattered all over my floor. take a look up in there and see what that looks like. I got the paper covered here, but it so they're all over my garage floor. So I told you, this stuff goes everywhere. Let's see if get a view of what kind of coverage we got there. I'm trying not to drip this on my camera. Can't see very well. I think it looks okay. Let me take a look. I got pretty good coverage up in there. These outer edges over here, I gotta hit some more. But most of it's pretty good. So here's what we're talking about with the mess. I tried and something snuck around the corner up there and got me. So sand that down a little bit. Oh, you can see it. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. I don't know that I want that on my under my epoxy if I can avoid it, but so I'll probably sand that down a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. But you can see this stuff really tends to run out when you're using that nozzle because it can concentrate things in a very small place. But anyway, so that's done. I think we'll move on to welding now. That sprayed out real nice. I've never seen it that smooth. That was great. So as I was pointing out in the video, this thing came out amazingly smooth. I don't think I've ever had the epoxy spray out that nice. It looks like the EDP coating. It's so good. Really nice. This thing came out not as nice, but pretty close. This looks really good, except right there, there's a little bit of a divot right there. But other than that, it's okay. The back of the car came out pretty nice. I had to spray up in here, and of course when I did, I got to run right there because the blasted the side, but everything else looks really nice here. Pretty good texture on everything. I put it on too heavy here on the first coat, so it got kind of marbly there, but the rest looks nice. And then as I was showing, there's a little spot right there. I don't know where that came from, if you can see that. It's kind of weird. Then I was spraying the bottom here. I bumped into it with the cup right there. Screwed it up. But we got all up inside here, all this cleaned up. This looks nice down here. This area here where we filled in the spot welds looks pretty nice. I can still see sanding scratches and stuff in it, so still haven't figured out how to get rid of those yet. One thing I'm glad, down here, like the first coat you saw, I just kind of put the gun down there and went across here. And then I came back and looked later, and right up, you see that this spot right in here, there was hardly any paint on that, so I laid down on the ground and gave it a good coat there to make sure that was good. And then the second coat, I made sure I came up from the bottom more to make sure that was covered. But this is one of those places where people talk about when you're painting the car, get down on the ground. Make sure you get all this stuff up in here. I sprayed all this stuff up in here too, so it all looks real nice. I'm real happy with how everything came out here. So I mean, I'm in a hurry today. I got an appointment I got to run off to, so that's going to do it for today. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time we unmask all this and see how it looks. See ya.